today's video, we're going to go through the Hans Zimmer movies, which is basically a list of all the movies that I personally enjoy as my top movies that he composed. In the last video I made, I did my top 5 favorite movies, and he composed 2 of those, which was Gladiator and The Last Samurai. But during that, I really figured, you know what, let's make another list of the Hans Zimmer movies. And probably after this, I'll probably do John Williams and Howard Shore. Really, my only favorite of his is Lord of the Rings, so I'll probably just stop there for Howard Shore. But I will also want to do John Williams because he does a lot of other movies than just Star Wars and Indiana Jones. But for today, we're going to do Hans Zimmer. This is not all of the movies he composed. These are just the ones that I think are my favorite. And there's about 13 of them. Let's unpack this and let's get to it. So right here are the top 13 movies and some newer things that came out recently that I've really enjoyed. As you can see, the list is pretty much speaks for itself of how great some of these stuff are, and some of them are pretty fresh. F1 Chief of War, very new, but I've been watching them recently and it is just pure gold. So first we will start off with Gladiator. Gladiator, as I already went through in my previous video, is one of my favorite movies of all time. It is number 4 in my top 5. The music in this is absolutely insane. We Are Free is the main song of this, and it grabs you by the heartstrings and pulls you down to the depths of emotion. I don't know if that was a little weird, but it really is such a fantastic movie with the music. And Hans Zimmer has a lot of good movies, but this one he really did a really good job on. Between the battle music, the music where he's just sitting contemplating amongst himself, the dramatic scenes where he's having conversations with this empress, and it's really, really heartfelt with the music. And I think that this one might be top 3, maybe top 2. It's definitely at the top of the list of the movies that he's done. The Last Samurai. In my opinion, this is the best movie he has composed. I don't know what it is. It's totally different than anything else, which a lot of the movies, he's very capable going in and making it sound like nothing else he's ever made before, which is very unique. But with this one, especially, it doesn't sound like any other movie. In Pirates of the Caribbean, some of the stuff that he does in that sounds similar to like F1 recently that came out, and a couple of notes in that kind of sound similar. But in The Last Samurai, A Small Measure of Peace is the song that I've tinkered around with myself and have made it a longer version for my personal library, and it's absolutely incredible. And it's that's the song that I probably listen to the most out of anything in my entire life. I just sit there, contemplate life, and listen to A Small Measure of Peace. It's the violin in that music is perfect, and it fits the culture that it's a part of. Absolutely fantastic. I love what he did with The Last Samurai. Now, I love A Small Measure of Peace, but also Red Warrior and A Way of Life. They're part of that album and they're part of this movie, and those are good songs too to go in with those. But A Small Measure of Peace is the best. Something different. Inception. I think the most famous one out of this one is the song labeled Time. It's at the end of the film where they come out of their Inception dream state and they're coming back to reality after during this entire ordeal through the multiple, levels of dreams. And holy crap. This one is also a really good one. And that end scene is what really, really gets you. And he's coming back to reality. He spins his top. He walks to his children. And Michael Caine, I don't know, that song, just that song alone is really good in Inception. Inception isn't like one of my favorites. I think that it deserved to be on the list. But yeah, Hans Zimmer, Christopher Nolan, what a great pair. Them together making movies, insane. And that's the same thing for The Dark Knight and The Dark Knight Rises. It's unlike anything else. It's so incredible. The moments where he's flying through the air, the moments where it goes bam, 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 you know exactly what I'm talking about too. You feel the intensity of some of the scenes between him and the Joker, and some of the scenes between him and Bane, and the scenes of betrayal the scenes of success where he's flying over the city with the big bomb that's going to level in the entire Gotham. Um, and you feel the urgency of a lot of scenes. And especially when he's climbing the wall in this one. And when he's fighting Joker and the rest. And it's just, I'm babbling, but he knows how to really create an urgent scene, and he can make you feel the levels of emotion, which a lot of composers can do, but he can really do them well, especially in the Dark Knight series. Last Samurai and Gladiator as well, but mainly like in these two films, it's just insane. And again, him and Christopher Nolan, great pair. Now we'll backtrack to the Pirates of the Caribbean series. Well, man, Dead Man's Chest. That's a good one. It's not the best one that he did. I think the best one is At World's End. Now, this one has a lot of good songs. Drink Up Me Hearty's Yo Ho, Up Is Down, One Day. Those three songs especially are really well done in this movie. And I've watched a lot of YouTube videos of him performing concerts, and he'll have people do like an electric violin with this one, and that one especially is insane. I would love to see a live performance of the Pirates of the Caribbean films performed. I know that the first Pirates of the Caribbean film was not him. I think it was a Claude Baudet or something. Baudet? But I don't think it was him. It was somebody else, Klaus. And he picked up the reins in Dead Man's Chest and At World's End. I think he also did the other ones too, On Stranger Tides and Dead Man Tell No Tales. Those aren't my favorite movies, but these, like this one especially, is the one where he really did some fine work in his music. Now, one movie that I just found out that he actually composed, Sherlock Holmes. I don't know if he fully composed it or if he just lent a hand or, did some producing on it. But this movie has a lot of good soundtracks and a lot of good instrumentals, especially like when Sherlock's running through the city of London in the beginning of the movie. I love that. And when he's fighting, this is a great film. Interstellar. Now, while people are watching this, they're going to cringe and they're going to get really upset. I've never seen this movie. It's not that I don't want to. I really want to, but for some reason, I just missed it. Everyone I know has seen this movie. I have yet to see it. But one thing I have heard a lot of is the music. Going off of listening to the music without seeing the movie, the music is absolutely, without a doubt, incredible and probably better than most of his movies. So that's how powerful he really is. You don't even have to see his movie, and you can just listen to it and know, wow, this is some of your best work. So that's how impressive he is. Okay, I'm sorry. I'll watch it soon, I promise. Dune. Oh, man. So Dune is really good. And again, it's a different vibe entirely. I mean, I can't even speak sometimes when it comes to this. This really ties this series together. His music in this really, you feel some of the deep parts in this, especially in part 2. In part 2, again, like, you feel it throughout the movie, but at the end, when you get the song that's labeled A Quiet Before the Storm and Kiss the Ring, ooh, those two, I don't know, goosebumps is all I can really say. I'm not really good at my verbiage when coming to describe some of these things, as you can already see, but you feel like, wow, he's about to go to war with the entire universe. The entire galaxy is about to find out who Paul Atreides is. And for some reason, you feel that through the music. Obviously, you feel it through what's happening in the movie and what you're seeing, but the music playing in the background plays a big part, as it does for all movies. And Hans Zimmer is the one to credit for that, and it's because he's freaking amazing. A movie I just recently saw is F1. Now, when I went into the theater, I sat down and I'm like, I had zero expectations for this movie. Nothing good, nothing bad, just like, okay, what is this? And then I heard the music a little bit. Wait a minute. I know some of those notes. I have a list on Apple Music, and it's called Relaxing Mindset Jammies, Weird name, I know. But as you can see, this is all of my relaxing mindset music. So I listen to these Hans Zimmer songs all the time on a daily basis. So I know certain notes. I can hear them. I pick up on them. So when I heard it, I was like, wait a minute. I think I know who this is. And then you see a car drive past the screen, and then Hans Zimmer's name pops up. I was so freaking excited. I'm like, oh, this is going to be a freaking amazing movie. And it was. It was such a good movie. And his music, of course, played into it. Now, this was more of a modern movie, so it wasn't the instrumentals you'd hear in like Gladiator, Last Samurai, so forth. But it's still, good music, especially when they're driving and the one guy, spoilers, got in an accident. And yeah, it really drove it home. And he really did a good job. The last one is Chief of War. The only reason why I'm doing this is because I just found it out before I made this video that he's doing the music. And the reason why I put it on this list is because as I was watching it, I was like, I need to know who's doing the music for this, because this music is incredible. And usually when I smell something incredible when it comes to music, Hans Zimmer is not too far behind. And yeah, he wasn't too far behind. He was on top of it, and he created it. Again, I have not watched a lot of this show. I've watched the first 2 episodes, and I don't even think I finished the second episode, which is really bad. But so far, it's made an impression because it's on my list. And if it wasn't that good, it wouldn't have been on the list. There are some other movies that Hans Zimmer has done that are not on this list. But he did really good, and he's doing a really nice job of Chief of War. But this is my list of the 13 Hans Zimmer movies that I think are noteworthy. He has done some work on Iron Man, the first one from 2008. He had a little bit of synth work on The Holiday with Jack Black, Jude Law, Cameron Diaz. So that's a great movie. Love that movie. But these are the ones where he is controlling the entire soundtrack and really creates an entire universe with his music, with these movies. So I'm very satisfied with this list. I like it a lot. If you want to go and find me on here, I'm Hype Hobbit on Letterboxd. Go find me, leave some reviews, leave down on here or my YouTube video what you like, what your movies are that you think Hans Zimmer did a fantastic job on. He also did music in Planet Earth. I have some songs saved with that. And he did the song Pompeii with Bastille. He did a version of that with them, so that was pretty awesome. He's an incredible composer, and if I ever get the chance one day to go to one of his concerts, I'd probably poop myself. Thank you for watching this video. If you want to leave down in the comments what you think are your favorite songs, or if you want to complain that I haven't seen Interstellar yet, please do so. I'm more than welcome to have a conversation. Thank you for watching this video. Please like and subscribe. I'll catch you on the next video.